Hey, I'm Carl Hartman, president of Brand Engineering, and today I want to talk to you about being legitimate. Somebody brought this up to me the other day. They said, that person's a poser. I go, really? What makes that person a poser? What makes you think that they're not legit? And the person came up with all sorts of reasons that made sense to them, but the fact is, they were frickin' wrong, and I'll tell you why. I had a coach a long time ago, a number of years ago, and I wanted to get into a meeting with a bunch of other businessmen to be able to try to get something funded. And I said to my coach, I said, what do? I'm not one of them. They're never going to buy it. They're never going to let me in. They're never going to let me be part of the group. So what he did is he taught me, he goes, this is how you have to behave. This is what you have to do. And when you show up and you're around them, this is how you have to be during that time. So I did that. I became that. I learned that. He taught me. I became what that was. I had to do it. In my mind, I had to become what that was. But I wasn't legit. I didn't have all of the things that I felt like I had, but I could go in the room and I could be one of them. And I thought it was, at first it kind of sounded crazy to me. But before you know it, I got a call and I got invited to an industry party. And I was talking to people at the party, and different people I didn't know just came up and were talking to me and asking me questions. Before you know it, one of the men there that I knew grabbed me by the arm, yanked me out and said, hey, you're coming with me. I got some people that want to talk to you. Before you know it, I'm standing out on a street corner with him. Actually, it was a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. It was pitch black. We left the party and we walked out from this huge house to on a dirt road, and we're standing there, and before you know it, this big black SUV pulls up, spinners on it. It's going through my mind. I'm like, goodness, this is a mafia hit. What's going on? Something's happening. I was scared, and he pushes me into this truck, actually up into this huge SUV, and we went off. Before you know it, I was sitting in a meeting with 3 different men worth hundreds of millions of dollars asking me what I wanted, how they could get me there, and how we could work a deal. Now, how was I sitting in a meeting 30 days later, less than 30 days later, with a group of men that had all this money, powerful men, wealthy men, the famous names that you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. How'd I get there? Well, I became that. I became that before I walked into the room. One of my friends likes to say, he goes, what comes first? Being a rock star or album sales? Well, having worked as an executive in an entertainment industry, I'll tell you what comes first. And it isn't album sales. Because when that person walked in the room to us, if they were a producer or whoever it was, I could tell right away. I didn't care if they had, hundreds of albums on the market and they had awards and whatever it was. I could tell. I could listen to their music. I could hear what comes out of their mouth. I could see it in their eyes. And I knew if they were real. I knew if I could sell that. Well, they didn't have album sales, but they had that confidence. They had that persona. They had what it took to be what we would think is a rock star. So this is what I'm going to encourage you to do, to be legit. Because I hear a lot of people talking about this now out there that are famous on the online or in social media, and now they're talking about how they're legit and nobody else is legit. And I'm going to say that's a crock of garbage right now. Because I remember back when those same people were showing their videos, and they were what they would call right now, those big-time people would have called themselves posers back then. And they probably were. But they had the attitude. They had that rock star attitude that took them further. So to me, legitimacy is as much about your mindset that it is that you actually have album sales or the awards or millions of dollars in your pocket, because you become, in your mind, those things first. I'm Carl Hartman. I'm president of Brangineering, where we tell people that we provide less pain and more of their dreams, guaranteed.